Hello and welcome to a new video. This is a different type of video. I'm not playing one of the best decks, I'm not playing a competitive decks by any chance, but I really wanted to make a fun Exodia deck that would also be somewhat competitive. You know, I'm not saying this is necessarily something that's going to win your tournament or anything like that, but it's really fun. It's Exodia. You know, I always like these types of decks because first of all, they ruin your opponent's day because you take forever to actually win. Second of all, you have an alternative win condition. It's kind of a cheeky way to win the game. And kind of like a little bit of story time here. I've actually been working on kind of making this type of video for a while, but it took me forever because first of all, as soon as every opponent realizes you're playing Exodia, they tend to quit, so you never actually get to do the Exodia thing. Second of all, every time they, you know, basically you're gonna lose a lot of games. You're gonna break sometimes, you're not gonna always win. And then on top of that, I actually initially wanted to do three versions. I wanted to show you three versions of Exodia. And so the first version was kind of this type of version with the dragons. This Exodia deck with basically the dragon engine, and you're kind of discarding and drawing cards, and you have Super Reju to help you with that. You have a Future Fusion. You have, I mean, just kind of a different type of Exodia deck. The problem with this is that it's very breaking. If you draw the white stone and no trade in or consonants and no level 1 and no tuner, or like trade in no level 8, like this can break very easily. Also, you have very few things that actually give you a plus. Like the only thing that gives you a plus is cards or consonants with white stone, so you draw 2 and then you get a plus of white dragon from the deck. A blue Lightsworn deck, and then you have a Super Reju, and those are basically the only thing that help you plus. Everything else is a negative one, or it's a 1-for-1. For example, Hand Destruction is -1, you know, Dark War is a -1. Thunder Dragon is technically a +1, but you have to combine it with something else. This is technically a +1, but you know, you also put your Exodia piece in danger by discarding them, and then you add them back to your hand, and if they have Crow, you lost anyway. Yeah, it's kind of like very bricky version of Exodia. I mean, the side deck and X deck doesn't really matter. So this was the first version I tried, and yeah, I think it was definitely not the best version because yeah, it bricked way too much, and on top of that, you don't have any protection, so you would end up losing if you didn't win on turn 1 or turn 2. The second version, which was slightly better, which is the one I used to play in the past, is with Royal Magical Library, basically the Sparrow, Exodia Sparrow TK. I call it Sparrow TK, but you know, at the end of the day, it's you know, you basically have a bunch of spells, and with the Royal Magical Library, this is what the Dragon version was missing, because this helps you draw so many cards, gets you so many pluses as you draw more and more spells. It's okay, it's not ideal because it can also break as well. If you don't find the library or the Summoner Monk, you basically lost. You have no way of getting advantage. If something happens to the library, like Deck Devastation Virus, you lost anyway. I mean, you lost it anyway because all your Exodia pieces. But kind of what I meant to say is that like this deck it's okay. It's not really how to say. I mean, it needs to win turn 1, and if it doesn't, this is gonna get killed. Your opponent's going to be able to basically win the game because you can't keep this on the field. You have no protection. So that's kind of what was going on with this deck. It's fun. I mean, it does win once in a while turn 1, but it's still not consistent enough. You do have like the tune tables as like extra free spells to use, but if you draw multiple of them, then you're kind of stuck. You have, I mean, Terraforming, City of Admin, these are technically help you get your spell count up. You have Destiny Draw, Allure, and 3 trade-ins with all the Destiny Hero monsters, but of course if you don't draw them together, then it's bricking. If you don't draw the Golden Bamboo Sword with the Broken Bamboo Sword, it's also brick. So yeah, this version is okay. But the one that I worked the best, and I mean the title is not really correct. This is not an OTK. It's this version. This is the best version of Exodia in my opinion, of the ones I've tried. It is because most importantly, you have protection, so you have 5 turns to win the game. Or you know, you have, depending on how aggressive your opponent is, you have a few extra turns to win the game. Second of all, you have a lot of generic card draw, so like Reckless Greed, Legacy, Jar, Upstart. Like you have a lot of, or like even Good Goblin Housekeeping, very generic card draw, which doesn't require you to really have anything else to be set up. Accumulated Fortune also is quite generic, and you play so many traps here that you can chain it to your opponent things that usually you can use it. You also have the Dragon Engine just to give you a little bit extra card draw. And here it doesn't break quite as much because, as I said, you have basically all these extra versions, extra cards to draw you card. And so overall, like, this is, I think, the most solid version I've played. Also, you don't need to summon anything for this. You don't, you know, only thing you have to kind of be worried about is the Kree, traps, and those type of cards can really hurt you. So that's the only thing you're kind of playing around here. Everything else, I mean, it's you know, the side is kind of random. The only thing you really side in once in a while is MSC, Dust Tornado against, like, you know, basically the Kree or Trapstun or something like that. Maybe an extra Waboku, sometimes you side. This is like just kind of a gamble to try to draw you more cards. This you could side against decks that draw a lot of cards, you know, maybe, I don't know, honestly, I haven't really sided this in against anything, but you could side this together with this to draw extra cards. And yeah, and oh, actually, no, this would be great against, sorry, Dragon Turbo, this would be amazing. And then yeah, you have the extra deck is pretty much useless. The only thing you maybe summon is you have Starlight Road, you have the Stardust Dragon, but about other than that, it's useless. You also don't side very much because you don't want to get rid of your you know, draw power. Yeah, you want to keep as much draw power as possible in the deck. And yeah, this is kind of how to say that, I have to say, it's not an OTK line, it's not as exciting maybe as some of the other versions, but this is the most consistent, I think, version of Exodia I could have put together. So we're gonna go into some replays and then try a duel. For the first replay, we're playing against Fred G21. We have our Exodia list, and we have a good start here. We have many traps. We start with the cards of conscience, add the Blue Eyes. Yeah, here we basically start drawing cards. We have double Blue Eyes is not ideal, but the good Goblin Housekeeping here is great because it can put your, you know, things you don't need back in case you, so you can search them later on with the what do you call it, with the White Stone. So we get Dash Shooted. He takes the Exodia, which, like, makes sense. You actually don't care if they take Exodia, like, about Dash Shoot that much in this deck. The only thing that hurts is if you only have one dragon and you have a trade-in, then if they take that, then you're in trouble. So here they go into all of this, they go to attack, and we chain everything. We have accumulated fortune. So here we use housekeeping, basically draw 3 cards, and you see we put back the dragon so we can search it now. We go for trade-in. We have 5 traps, and you see how many cards we have generated, and now we can chain everything. He doesn't seem to have anything to stop us, and most decks don't, you know, unless they are main decking traps on. So now we keep drawing. We have, again, everything we need. I draw an extra card with this, they go for that, summon that, and then I go for Threatening Roar, and yeah, I mean, he quits, but there's basically nothing he can do. We have Exodia, like, I mean, he knows about it because he does shoot it, like, you know, this is kind of a quick replay, but that's just kind of to give you the idea. In the next replay, we're against Itaki Uchina, good player, or a decent player. He has a Lightsworn. So Lightsworn, again, doesn't have a ton that actually stops you because they have very little interaction. The only thing that can get annoying is the Raiko. So, you know, that's something that you don't want to really run into. We have a Caius, we chain Reckless Greed, we take the damage. You really don't want to waste your Barbokus or Threatening Roar until you really need them. So here we search the Blue Eyes, we draw a lot of cards, we start putting the Exodia pieces back, we don't want them in hand. Goes for the Aaron. Threatening Roar, but I think that's probably a mistake in this case because he wasn't gonna kill us yet anyway, so we chain to this Threatening Roar, accumulated fortune and all that. He goes to end phase, mirrors, we draw. I think, like, he took this, like, a little bit too. So here I think, like, I need to use this because, like, if he has a Caius or something, main phase 2, then we could be in trouble. So here we draw from this, and then we have also search from the White Stone. So actually that worked out perfectly. This Judgment didn't really hurt us. It does the avarice thing, but we have only 11 cards left in the deck, and we still have quite a lot of cards we can draw. So here we have a White Stone, we have the Blue Eyes, and then we go and basically keep drawing, and we have all of Exodia. So yeah, we start. So that was game 1. We were able to kind of hurt him. There's not a lot of side deck cards that you can put against this deck, except for, like, the Dust Tornadoes and the Krees, which you see he does play here, but he didn't have. So he does choose. He takes, I think, the only monster we had. we draw, oh, I didn't shuffle the deck after dash root, so that's why we redid this. That was a little bit, yeah, sometimes unfortunately I forgot about dash root. We don't have a great hand here, we don't have enough gas. Having 3 pieces in hand like this is terrible. So here we chain all of these to try to draw off accumulated fortune. He also has decree, so we're gonna be cooked basically this game. And yeah, we have no chance here, so we pass that. So that's what can happen with this deck. If you draw too many pieces too quickly and you don't have like good goblin housekeeping or something to turn them into different cards, then you might be in trouble. So here again, we don't have a great hand. We have double trading, no dragon, but you know, we hope to draw a dragon or at least a white stone. So he goes into the Lyra, and then we take this damage. Yeah, we no need to use Waboku there. Yeah, we're trying desperately to draw something. So here we only have these 2 things. We use Waboku, we use Reckless Greed. We don't get to draw for 2 turns from this. So that's something to keep in mind. But if you draw another Reckless, you can skip some turns. So here we have Threatening Roar, and we use all of these and chain into accumulated fortune. Add Blue Eyes. So here we are starting to cook a little bit because we have all these cards. Now we can set 5. We have 1 protection spell at least, I believe. Oh, we don't have any protection spell. Oh no, we do. I don't understand what happened if he didn't attack, or why he didn't attack. And we do go into the Exodia. But yeah, that's just kind of a showcase. It works quite well against like decks that have very little like backward interaction. Like he was playing Decrease, but you know, like Mirror Force, all these kind of things are not going to do anything against this deck. Okay, in this replay we're playing against Who's My Love. We start with a very good hand because we drew the white stone with the 6th card. Otherwise we'll have a much slower hand. And yeah, we just start going through the deck. So here we set basically 4. We don't need to set the Waboku. We're trying to find accumulated fortune, so I don't use all of them. I just kind of to play around. Like he has Trapstun in the main, which is something that is quite annoying here. So we pass. He activates Future Fusion. We chain these 3, and then he Trapstuns, which really hurts, but luckily we have a way to do it. I couldn't have chained the other accumulated fortune because there will be multiple names in the same chain. So he goes for Machina Fortress, goes for the Absolute Zero. We draw, like we're still alive even though he had the Trapstun. Goes for Stratos is annoying because it can, it does hit one of the back rows. We Reckless Greed, we draw into another Reckless, which is quite good. We set this because we want the dragon. He Brain Controls, which is interesting, and then main phase 2 he goes into Stardust, which, I mean, I don't know if I would have gone into Stardust. If I was him, I would go into something else if possible, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what else you would go into, like maybe just more attack, something with more attack. Because I don't think Stardust does anything here, so. We have Trading, we have all the pieces of Exodia, so. Kind of the funny thing here is when he asked his Exodia, I didn't tell him. So I wanted it, to actually get a video. And one of the best win conditions with this deck so far have been to actually make your opponents quit. So maybe I should have told him, but yeah. So it is kind of an annoying deck to play against because you do have like a lot of your turns take a while sometimes. So here we didn't chain everything. I'm playing around Trapstun a little bit. I'm not gonna go completely into that, so I'm just gonna use one at a time and then reset our hand. He's gonna Dust Tornado, hits the Legacy, which it's okay, we don't hate so much. So he Trapstuns and I have to use the Waboku as last, otherwise we will be dead already this turn. And then I break, so we didn't really have a chance there. So the only other thing we could have done is like, yeah, maybe played around a little bit better, but he's gonna use it at some point anyway, so. Some of the Stratos goes for Prisma. Here we have a great start, we have a really good hand. I chained all these to the E-core so we could have 4 chain links. So, yeah, it's kind of like similar to Chain Burn in that way. We're starting to cook a little bit. We set 4 and pass. He doesn't have traps and he does have heavy. But I think he realizes that like the heavy doesn't really hurt us that much. And if he would have used the heavy, it would have been worse. Or I mean, would have been worse because we would have wasted an heavy storm. Here we have a ton of cards in hand, and like we already drew Exodia. I mean, even sooner. That was a good game. And we're gonna go into a live game now. Okay, we're going first. We're playing against Nest 21. I hope this deck is not gonna make me basically regret go down in ratings so much, because I do want to try to see like if we can get matchup against better players. Like he seems like he's been pretty good player in the past. Like I don't play that much here, so okay, here we can, I think we can probably set everything and pass, and we're gonna hopefully draw a white stone. If we draw a white stone and trade in, then we're kind of cooking here. That's completely fine. I guess we're playing against Vayu Turbo of some sort. We take the damage here, there's no need. We can save this for when we really need it. Draw for turn. We're gonna use one of these. We did get a trade in. Can we get a white stone here? Blue Eyes is also good. We get the first piece of Exodia, which is okay, not a deer. I think here we just set and pass. And just keep waiting. See if they want to play into the back row. He doesn't know, he's not 100% sure it's Exodia yet. Like, you know, he didn't really see anything so far. Goes for the Greffer, that's fine. Pitches the Ghost, yeah, Ghost. He's not gonna summon Ghost against us. We take the damage here again. Oh, is this a Blackwing Vayu mix? Why would you send Shura? Oh, for the Blizzard maybe. That's the only reason I could imagine to send the Shura. So we're gonna use this to draw one. We have to use, I think we have to use the Reckless at this point. I mean, we can draw, there's other things we could draw that would save us. We could even be patient and wait. But, I mean, we could wait a turn. We don't have to rush, but, you know, of course, the longer you wait on this, like the slower a little bit this deck is going to be. But we have at least 2 turns, so even if he does something with the Blizzard, what might be a little bit annoying is to use the Brio might be slightly annoying. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think at this point he was realizing what he's up against. Okay, goes into, I'm guessing Brionac. Okay, or Roundwing, okay. I'm gonna use Threatening Roar. So the reason why I waited on the record is that this way we draw an extra card before we actually see what we have. But I think we should use it at some point, because like this will save us for 2 turns. But not too much after that. I think we use it and hopefully we draw something good. Okay, Abstract is decent. White Stone is amazing, yeah. So that's really what we needed. Yeah, so I kind of waited, you know, just to be sure, you know, to increase our probability we don't brick. But like we have so many good draws when we have both trade-in and Cards of Consonance, and we, you know, we have a chance to draw another Reckless as well. So here we kind of cooked. Let's see what we want to. For sure, we need to set the Reckless. We want to, just to be safe, we want to set this as well. Set for sure. Set this. Set the Accumulated Fortune for sure, and set probably Legacy of Yata. and pass. And if he flips up a decree here, like, it's gonna be for sure a bit embarrassing. Okay. I'm gonna guess he doesn't have a trap stun. That's what I'm gonna bank on. Let's see what we can do. We can go for okay, then we can chain to this. We can chain Yata, chain Reckless, and chain Accumulated Fortune. So we draw 5. So we're missing one piece of Exodia. Goes for Whirlwind, but I don't know. I don't think this is gonna matter. He can go into like some type of Black Rose, but we've drawn to so many cards already that I don't know. You can always wake with this. Like, that's the thing. Like, you can always, Exodia might be the last card in your deck, the last piece, and like you really have to draw through your whole deck, but the probability is not so high. Okay, that's all good. We have, he pitched Vayu. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I was a bit confused by that. I don't know why you make Outwing there, frankly. So 1 out of 2. Main phase, we can upstart here, and we have the 5th Exodia piece. Yeah. So that was game 1. Now game 2, I don't know how he's gonna change this deck. This Consecrated Rite could actually save us a lot of time, but it's also the type of thing that like he can, he can find ways to out. This Waboku could be decent. I mean, yeah, this Consecrated Rite, he can just make a Brionac and bounce it, or actually no, he can't. So this actually could be the thing that saves us here. This Consecrated Rite. I think this makes sense. I am afraid of like a possible decree or anything like that, but I don't think we need to change anything else. Maybe we can cut our Boku. No, but like we don't have any other draw power. Maybe we can have this one instead of one threatening roar, just to be safe. That can save us. Of course, if he plays a Icarus attack, that doesn't really matter. Okay, it starts with the Greffer. Yeah, goes into probably the Blackwing guy, and if he has like Devastation Virus, we're cooked. We're 100% cooked. Yeah, I think it's smelling like that. Yeah, that's also terrible for us. Yeah, he has, he has a lot of things he can do against us. That should actually completely block us here. If he doesn't activate anything, I have no way of actually using this. So, and we basically have to draw something now. That's not what we needed. So let's start with the Jar of Greed. That's again not what we needed. Okay, that's pretty insane. That's probably the best thing we could have drawn here was that, exactly. Okay, just making sure he has a chance to... Oh. Okay, so... Alright, so okay. We don't have anything this time, so the only thing is that, of course, like, yeah, we're gonna be slowed down a little bit here, and I kind of want to postpone drawing things here as much as possible. So and hope we don't do it, because if we do Exodia pieces here, we're basically completely cooked. So actually chain we have to do something here. Okay. Yeah. I guess, yeah, this was a mistake. So against DDV, this is kind of tough. We probably want the Dust Tornadoes to try to catch the DDV before it happens. I think this just hurts the deck, even though we didn't draw it. Maybe going first is actually not bad. But first, this could break his DDV maybe. But if we don't like summon it on the first turn, then we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. MST is good. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything else. Yeah, we hope this is enough. He didn't see. Yeah, he didn't see what we had, so yeah, it's kind of a tough matchup when you're playing against DDV like this. Okay, cards were constant. I mean, again, we're in the same situation as before, where we absolutely need something to draw something good. So we're gonna chain to this. I don't want to waste my Reckless, because if we use it now, we get one extra card. Okay, now we have the cards we need, so he's gonna go into this again. Oh no, he doesn't. Start with the cards of consonants. Have upstart. Okay, we didn't really draw amazing things, but might be enough. This could get us a trade-in, could get us a number of things. I think it might be worth it to use it now, because we do have the accumulated fortune too if we need it. So okay, we did get the consecrated right. We get another trade-in. We have 2 pieces. This consecrated right might be the thing that saves us. Wow, he does have the torrential there. interesting. That was just about the only thing that kind of would save him there a little bit. Yeah, kind of interesting. Not save him, not necessarily, it's not like save him, but like it's the only thing that really kind of interrupts all of this. So chain to value effect. We're gonna chain and draw 4, and hopefully draw 4 good cards. Okay. Here's the sad thing: is if he says attack devastation virus there, then we're gonna be like, we have no way of winning the game. We just have to hope he didn't draw it, because we're getting quite close. Like, I mean, we're gonna draw more cards. If we get a cards of consonants, we draw more. We have reckless. We're getting close to that. Yeah, game 2, I probably should have waited. I'm gonna take the damage here. I don't think we need to use it now. Yes, yes, exactly, triple Karut. Okay. Summon this and then set these. We could break, like if we break on this reckless, like we don't get anything out of this reckless, we could be in a lot of trouble. What does he have here? He doesn't have, if he had DDV we'd already lost, so we don't need to set anything out. I think like this is fine. I don't know why I set both either. Yeah, if he did draw a deck devastation, then we're in a lot of trouble. So one of 2. Yeah, the only other thing I could play here to play around deck devastation is side like a Pot of Avarice. Sorry. Yeah. Put it to defense and pass. And hope he doesn't have Decree or deck devastation. Any of those cards. So he hits these 2. These were already set, so we got lucky there. Okay, yeah, we're fine. That's, if he uses it that way, it means he doesn't have deck devastation, which means we have a chance to win. Like if we draw cards of consonants, there's still 2 cards of consonants in the deck, so we have, you know, a 20% chance to draw it now with this reckless. This exactly 3600, but he could have a Karut. We're gonna use a threatening roll here. I mean, I don't know what else, what synchro he could go into. He should try to go into something that's not a dark monster if he's playing around that monster, so. That's fine, yeah. He could go, yeah, he should go into like some type of Goyo. Yeah, he can send, or like he can go into a lot of things. Now we need to not break here. Okay, that's great. 1 out of turn, 2 again. Oh. Yeah, we already drew all 3 of the dragon. Pass. So here we can draw 3 more cards. Okay. We're gonna use this Raboku. Use. And we have it, guys. We made Exodia. Yeah, I mean, there's no point in saying GG's because, like, I know this is not the type of deck you want to play against. But yeah, so if we wouldn't have drawn it there, we have an extra draw that goes into this. Yeah, you know, you have to kind of at some point you have drawn it. We had a threatening roll to protect us 1 extra turn as well. But yeah, this is you know, you saw we beat a pretty good opponent. I mean, he played quite well. I think, like, to play around things, like he had the right answer for all these things. Consecrated Right did put in a lot of work this game. Well, not a ton, but like it did stop him for 1 turn. So it basically did the role of like a threatening roll. Plus it also got hit by echoes, so it did put in work. And if he didn't have echoes, then this would have kept stopping. If he would have started with this, he wouldn't have even been able to actually, no, he would have, because he would have just set the monster. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and subscribe.